Now we know for sure you couldn't know what you know or do what you do if you didn't often line up with source. But a good deal of what you were saying to us today did not include that. And that's what you were trying to sort out. Your opening words were, how do I know which feeling to follow? We had a hard time getting you to even admit to a feeling. You had lots of good words. But those words must be about feeling. Otherwise, your guidance system will not be vivid to you. Have you ever heard anybody say or said yourself, oh, I just had a feeling. I was going to go that way, but I just didn't. That's guidance. Have you ever just known something so clearly that when it showed up, you said, yeah, I saw you coming. I knew that was coming. That's guidance. In other words, you want to associate your emotions. What are your emotions? Your emotions are your indicator of how much of you and your inner being are in alignment and how much of you and your inner being are not. And you can get by. There are people that are hardly ever in alignment. They're just mucking through life. And they just gather up others that are too, and they find some measure of being whoever they are. We're not criticizing anybody for where they are. But when you know what you know about alignment, nothing less than full alignment should ever be anything that you would accept. You should never be willing to accept doubt when you know how to get clarity. You should never be willing to accept lethargy when you know how to feel vitality, or confusion when you know where clarity reigns, or hate when you know what love feels like. You want to practice yourself into that so that it's just second nature, so that when things come to you, you don't have this knee-jerk reaction to it that carries you off in some other place. If you don't know what it feels like to be in alignment, then you don't know what feeling is the real feeling that you're trying to follow. You got to practice that. And there's a peanut gallery out there. For example, let's say that you are a new mother and you're trying to decide how you want to be in the world. And so people say to you, oh, you should stay home with your child. And other people say, well, you should not give up your career. And other people say, well, you shouldn't become a slave to your family or to your child. And other people say, well, you were born to be a mother. For every person you talk to, there's an opinion that is slightly different. What are you going to do? Listen to the loudest group? Listen to the loudest group, even though the loudest group doesn't have anything to do with the life you lived and what you asked for and what you said you liked and who you were before you came into this physical body. That is all known by your inner being. And those cooperative components that your inner being is focused upon, that your inner being and the law of attraction are gathering up the cooperative components, all you want to do is be one of those cooperative components. Isn't the thing that you hear the most from people, and isn't it something that you say yourself a lot? I want to fulfill my purpose. I want to do what I came here to do. I want to be all that I can be. I want to fulfill my purpose for being here. I want to enjoy life. I want to have fun in life. I want to have success in life. That's what your inner being wants for you. But if you can't figure out what your guidance is telling you, because you're trying to use artificial intelligence to gather up all the words and thoughts and behaviors of everybody so that some big conglomerate of information will say, this is the thing that most people in your demographics and your age would want to do under these conditions. And we say, really? You're going to cater to the peanut gallery? You're going to calibrate to the chaos and confusion of all of that? Or are you going to find a way of tuning in and tapping in and turning on to the frequency of your inner being, who has had attention on you every day of your existence, including every day that you've been in this body, who stands with you in every moment, who knows unequivocally, with no question, who you are and what you want, and what right here, right now, is the path of least resistance for you to move in the direction of what you want. Your inner being has no doubt, and we did a good job of talking you out of yours. People say, trust your gut, but you got to practice knowing what that gut is before you can really practice it. You got to know, and until you know, you don't know. Until you know, you don't know. But once you know what that feels like, then you know. And so, as you move through the world, it's easy to say, yes, I would like to do that. And people say, oh, that was a snap decision. Oh, that was far from a snap decision. Do you know how long I've been launching rockets of desire? You know how long my inner being's been watching me? You know how clear my inner being is about who I am and what I want and where I'm going? That was not a snap decision. That was a decision made on true tuning in to the guidance that has been with me every day of this physical experience and before. Well, looked like a snap decision to me. That's because I don't have to stand in eternal evaluation of everything. I got somebody else that's been doing that. My inner being has been standing in eternal evaluation of things. I can tell by the way I feel. You meet someone, they say some stuff, they say, come with me, and you say, oh, thanks so much. Well, why aren't you going to come with me? Well, because I'm going to go over there instead. Well, I think you should come with me. I know you do. I know you think I should come with you, but I'm going to go over there. Well, why? Well, this just feels more like me. This just feels more like me. This just feels more like me. What do you feel like? Eager about life, happy, intensely interested in what's next, in love with the people of the world, knowing that there's wanted and unwanted in every particle, moving as steadily as I can toward the things that I want. Clarity, I like certainty, I like really good food. I like comfort. I like beauty. I like travel. I love people. I'm going to go over there. And that person would say, good riddance to you. In other words, if that doesn't feel like a match to you, it's not a match to you. Yes? We've enjoyed this interaction more than any that has ever come before.